Hello everyone, and today we're going to make a DIY on how to make the Harry Potter skirt, tie, hoodie, and bracelet sets that's on our Etsy shop. So sit back, relax, and prepare to craft. Let's get right into the video! Okay, first of all, we're going to do the parts that need to dry, which is the bracelet. So we're going to cut some wire. This is 22 gauge wire. I get it in the floral department, but because you get it on a bigger spool for cheaper, but you can get it in the jewelry department too. So you can take a piece of wire. This is way too big for one bracelet, but I'm making a couple bracelets. So then you're going to take the colors you need for the house that you're making, which I'm making Slytherin, and this is embroidery floss, which you can get at any craft store. There, I was looking for the end. You're going to pull a part of that, and okay, you're going to take the two colors, the wire, and school glue. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on our fingers and rub it on the string so that the two strings are side by side. And then we're going to take the wire and we're going to put it on like this. Wrap it around. And then you're going to hold that end while you wrap the embroidery floss around the wire, like so. When you get to where you have finished gluing, so then you're just going to continue to wrap it around the wire. Dipping your fingers in the glue and doing little sections at a time. And the reason I'm doing little sections of glue as I'm doing this is because I don't want the glue to get stuck on everything. Oops. Everything on my desk. And then you're going to set that aside to dry. Now we're going to take your pet and fold the bracelet around his or her wrist, like so. Then we're going to take our wire cutters and have a snip. And then have a second snip. Okay, and there you have the bracelet, which is probably the easiest to finish off. There you go. Okay, next we're going to make the hoodie. Now you follow the instructions for the hoodie on my hoodie video to make the body and the hood, but we're going to make a second hood piece of the house color of your choosing. Then we're going to take and lay the two hoods together like so, and we're going to pin the front part that in our DIY video for the hoodies we just folded over and made a hem that way. This one we're putting the two colors together. Like that. And then we're going to sew across here. Okay, once you've sewn the straight line across there, you're going to flip the two pieces right side out, and this is going to make the front hem. So you're going to flip it. Now remember, this is the outside and this is the inside. So when we fold this in half, we're going to fold it with the outside on the inside. So we'll fold it like this and pin along the seam. Now that we got the 4 layers pinned together, we're going to sew straight down the curved edge. Okay, so I've changed the setup here a minute because I want you guys to really see how to do this part, because to me this is the hardest part. And I know I've gotten some comments on my hoodie video saying that they were having a hard time making the hoodies. And I would guess this is the reason why, because this is, like I said, to me the hardest part. So first of all, we're going to sew a straight stitch through this whole thing. This is either called a straight stitch or a gathered stitch. I'm not sure which one. I'm not like a sewing expert. I'm not like a seamstress or anything. But just trying to make it so that we can gather the fabric all together. Then you're going to take the jacket part, and starting with the side that has the knot in it, you're going to line up the corner down to the middle seam of your hood, like that. And then you're going to pin it in place. Watch out when you stick the needle through, not to stab yourself. Then on the other side, you're going to do the same thing, where you line up the corner down to the middle. And I find it safer if you have both the needles pointing in towards the middle. It makes it easier to, for me at least, to avoid stabbing myself while I'm sewing. So then both the ends of the needles are the same place, and it makes it easier to pin them down without stabbing yourself. So then I'm going to take and sew a straight stitch across this V-neck area. And as I sew, the first stitch I do is what I call a loop stitch. And I don't know if it's the right name or not, but I go on the opposite side where my string is and come through the same side so that I make a loop over the seam. And that holds it into place while you stitch. So then, as you stitch this straight stitch, you want to make sure you're keeping your gather like that. And then you go back behind where your stitch was. So you came out here, or you went in here, and you're going to come out sort of in the middle. This seems to make the stitches stronger. And if you're using a sewing machine to sew these, this part here I would really suggest doing by hand, because it is a pain in the butt on a sewing machine. So you do kind of a big stitch, and then you turn that stitch basically into a half stitch by coming back through. And this makes it stronger. Once you get about halfway down where your needle is, you can pull that needle out, and it'll make it easier to continue. Okay, once you've finished that, then you can turn it inside out. Or right side out, I guess. And then you have a hoodie. Try it on your pet and see how it fits. Alright, then you just try it on your pet. And there you go. Okay, now we're going to make the tie for the outfit. This is 1/4 inch ribbon, and this is a black rubber band. Take 2. So, if I can do this on screen, we're going to make a loop like that. Go around behind the first ribbon while holding this. Come back up like so, and go through. Whoa, stay together. Through the loop and come down. And then I'm going to pull the back side to get the rubber band to come together. Now this is going to be the front, so you want to make sure your rubber band lays like that. And then pull the front, pull the back, until you tighten it up, like so. Then we're going to open up the tie and take some glue and put in there. Like so. And then we're going to glue the front and the back of the tie together, like so. And then we're going to cut this excess off, and we're going to cut the tie so you've got a point at the end. So we're going to cut this corner off, and then cut that corner off. So you have a tie. And then you're going to take your paint of whatever color you're using. I'm using gray because we're making a Slytherin tie. And we're going to paint on the details. And there you have a Slytherin tie. Okay, now we're going to make our skirt, and this is only the third time I've tried to make this part of the video, so hopefully it'll work this time. This is a strip of green fabric that is 5 inches by a little under 1 inch. And I'm going to tape it down to my work surface. Okay, now that it's taped down, I'm going to show you how to paint a very simple plaid pattern. Hopefully without moving my camera. So, first of all, I'm going to try to do this left-handed so I don't bump the camera. First of all, we're going to make a line up towards the top of your fabric. I can't do this left-handed. Okay, and then we're going to leave a small space and then make another line . And then we're going to come from the bottom and leaving the same amount of space we did up top at the bottom, we're going to make another line. And then, just like we did up here, leave a small space and make another line. Now what we're going to do is, starting from one side, we're going to make a straight line going up like so. And then leaving about the same amount of space you did between the top and bottom ones, you're going to make another line going straight up like so. And then you're going to skip about the same as you did here in the middle and make another line. And then you're going to do another little line, another little space. And you're just going to continue that all the way down. Okay, now we're going to take, this is some, that's funny. Okay, now we're going to take some elastic magic beading thread. If you can see it, it's pretty clear. You don't have to use clear, you can use the white kind or whatever, but I have the clear kind, so that's what I'm using. So we're going to start by, on the back side, poking through. And I'm going to use this top line as a guide to just go in and out through the whole thing. Okay, once you've got your thread completely through, take something as thick as the average pet shop body, or you could just take a pet shop, but it's easier to do this on camera if I don't have a pet shop there. And you're going to just tie a knot like this, and then just shrink it down until it fits around the thing that you're using. Alright, well, I really hope you enjoyed watching me make these hoodies, bracelets, ties, and skirts, and I hope that you'll try to make them at home. If you make any of our DIYs at home and you have Instagram, tag us in your posts. We love to see them. And you'll find a link to all of our social media down below, along with our Etsy shop where you can buy this and other awesome things. And in December we have some new products that will be coming out. And also don't forget to check out our Redbubble shop where you can buy our LPS photography merch. That will be in our link down below as well. And don't forget to stay safe out there, wash your hands, and wear a mask. And don't forget to stay weird because it adds color to the world, and nobody wants to be in a black and white world. And we could definitely use a little weirdness out there today. Thanks for watching. Bye!